Well, hey guys, how's it going? Been a little while. Got a little new setup here. Bought a new camera that I think looks way better than my shitty old phone. So I'm trying it out this way. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, so as you may have seen from the provocative YouTube title, we're going to talk about the 50 best releases so far of 2026. And as you can guess, that's a bit ridiculous. I believe I bought 3 new albums for 2026 so far. I just kind of wanted to poke fun a little bit at the everybody's top 50 lists from 2025. Um, I know there's some exceptions, but I'm mostly going to call bullshit on anything more than a top 20. I feel like I listen to a lot of new releases, and usually my list of new releases that I've listened to enough to have, I think, an intelligent opinion on is like in like the 60 range. And I don't know, obviously people are different. Maybe some people can process new music faster than I can. They don't need that many listens, but um, yeah. So could I make a top 50 from last year? Yeah, I guess I could, but I will equate it to something else I've been doing. I haven't totally disappeared from YouTube. I've been guesting on Tom from the Cinema Attacks channel, his live shows he's been doing, and he and Eli were doing top 10 movies of 2025. And so I listed all the movies that I'd seen, and I had about 20 or so, and so I could have made a top 10. Yeah, I guess, but by the time I got to number 8, it would have been like, yeah, this is okay. I wasn't angry that I saw it, and I don't think it's really in the spirit of like a top list of the year. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah. So I don't know. I kind of miss me through top 50s of the year. I don't know. I are you telling me like your number 39 is really like a notable thing that's going to be something you listen to 6 months into the next year? I kind of doubt it, but that's just me being a dick. So yeah, I'm going to show a couple things I've already got in 2026. I did get the new Megadeth, but I'm leaving that to the end. You're gonna have to wait till the end of the video to hear my lukewarm takes on the new Megadeth. That's what they call a tease in the business. But also, I had a release from 2025 that I just kind of became aware of that I haven't seen anybody talk about, so I wanted to talk about that. But yeah, quickly, we'll get into what I got so far. Well, I'll do this first because it's not a surprise. New Graveworm, Along the Path of Darkness We March, new release from 2026. I just started listening to it actually. It's Graveworm, man. It's that first wave of black metal mixed with kind of doom that I just it hits the spot for me. Um, I feel like it's a replay of everything I've ever said about Graveworm. If you like Graveworm, you're going to like it. If you don't, you probably won't. But I will leave a link to their Bandcamp so you can check it out if you are so inclined. Obviously, I would recommend it, but I recommend all their albums. So if you've listened before and don't care for them, this probably won't change your mind. But wanted to mention it anyway. Also, an old favorite returned, Glucifer from Norway. This is Same Drug New High, their new album. They were kind of in that wave of 90s hard rock from Scandinavia, Sweden, Norway, kind of spearheaded, I guess, by the Helicopters when they got really big. So Glucifer did a split with the Helicopters called Respect the Rock. I know I'm showing this. I'm showing it again, even though I'm not talking about this. What the fuck? What am I doing? It's been a long time, guys. Anyway, so they broke up, I don't know, 20 or so years ago. I think 2004 was their last album, and they have reunited in the last few years and done some shows and whatnot, and then finally did put out a new album, and it's like they never left. It's fantastic. think of that kind of big rock sound of that time, late '90s, early 2000s, and that's what it is. It's kind of a little bit punky influence, but more just kind of hard, just really catchy, cool hard rock that that the kind of music you wish it was summer so you could be driving around blasting out your windows. So yeah, I was the comeback album, you never know, but Lucifer, they nailed it, I think. And if I did a top 10 of the year or whatever, this might be on it already. I didn't do one last year, kind of just, I don't know. There were things that I didn't hear yet, and I don't know. It just seemed like, who needs my freaking list? There's so many lists out there. Who cares? So I just kind of bombed out on it this year. If I did do a list, though, I must mention, because I'm an absolute poser, Def Heaven's album, Lonely People with Power. It probably would have been number one. Black metal influence, kind of shoegaze. Probably if you know them, you know if you love or hate them. But I think this is maybe their best album ever. I don't know. Maybe, Sunbather is kind of the fan favorite, but I think this might even be better than that. All right, so yeah, we'll wait on the Megadeth, and now let's get into some friggin' sweet technology here. Let's see if I can figure this out. Here we go. Hey, we're there. Okay, cool. So yeah, rather than, I don't have anything to show from this band. A friend of mine he's into metal, but kind of not in the weeds like the real nerds like me are. He brought this band up to me. Patchwork from Rockford, Illinois. I don't know the ages of these guys, but this seems like they're kind of older. And the album he brought up was this one, Scars. Actually, do I have... Here, let's share that instead. So there's the artwork, really cool artwork. The album's, yeah, like I said, the album's called Scars, came out last year. And then we'll go to share this tab. Okay. Just talking to myself is really awesome, isn't it? Okay, so this band is thrash metal, I would say in the spirit of 80s thrash, but not in a retro way. They're not like wearing high tops and trying to pretend it's the 80s and doing like pizza thrash, but kind of in the spirit of late 80s thrash, I guess I would say, when it was a little more advanced, and incorporating other things. Let's see, what would I have written down for this here? Well, I'll go into the story of the band a little bit. I'd read an interview and stuff. It was kind of an interesting story. So Dave here, the drummer, and Brad, the guitarist, mostly wrote this album after the sickness of their former guitarist here, Mark, who passed away in 2023. I believe it was cancer. So those three guys wrote initially for their debut here, Exit Wounds, in 2015. And worked on this album. This is obviously these guys have like grown-up jobs, so this isn't a full-time thing. But anyway, those two guys mostly wrote this album. They lost their singer and got a new singer, and new singer Heath and Lisa on bass here, and completed the album finally. And it's just a friggin' great album. And by the way, I wanted to call attention to this. All of these guest guitarists here. So we've got Bobby Gustafson from Overkill, Dallas Tyler Wade from Nile, Michael Gilbert from Flotsam and Jetsam. The other guys that are from other places that I don't know, sorry, or I did know and don't remember. Because Mark, the guitarist who passed away, he was the lead guitarist and did most of the solos. So they brought in kind of guests to do a lot of solos on this. But I have to say that Brad does some of the solos as well, and he does a fine job too. But yeah, just a really fun, catchy thrash album. Uh, Mature as far as the songwriting goes. What are the songs I want to call out here? Methuselah here is a really good one. Kind of goes through a lot of riffs. Kind of has an epic feel to it. I really like the Vulture and Sky and Flames too. And at the end is kind of like the emotional closer to the album. Seems to be kind of about losing their friend too. Um, so if you're into thrash, you like really cool solos. I mean, great musicianship all around. Actually, I would definitely recommend Patchwork. And there are physical CDs available. I do not have one yet, but I plan to order one. I'll leave all the links below for if you're interested in the Bandcamp or buying a CD. But I just wanted to call attention to these guys because I think this album's really cool. I haven't heard anything about it, so if you're into thrash, I think you would be happy to check it out and be glad that you did. Okay, so let's go. All right, guys, technology. Let's fucking try this. Let's fucking go. We're there. Okay. All right. Here's my lukewarm Megadeth takes. By the way, I just wanted to call out that's a fucking cool album cover, right? I really like that. So I'm sure everybody knows this is supposedly the last Megadeth album. Uh, I'm probably the last person ever on the internet to comment about this. I've seen tons of videos pop up. Based on the thumbnails, I'm guessing people don't like it. I have not watched any, so I'm not being influenced by anybody. I bought it. Because it's the last Megadeth album. I have all the other ones, to be honest. I was not expecting a whole lot. I will say, so here's where the lukewarm take comes in. If you enjoyed the majority of Megadeth albums from the last 15 years, I would say you will like this one. I didn't write down the dude's name. He's a Finnish dude. He's the Winter Sun dude. The guitarist is the guitarist in Megadeth now. He does a lot of the soloing and seemed to be involved with the songwriting quite a bit. And I think he's a great addition. I think the songs are mostly all catchy and have really cool solos. Another thing I want to call out about this one is without the bonus tracks, it's like a 40-minute album, which I kind of appreciate. Lyrics are a little cringe. If you do not like Dave Mustaine, which I know a lot of people don't, your eyes will be rolling out of your head at some of the lyrics. Like the final song, which is called "The Last Note." Get it? I think the lyric is, "I came, I ruled, and now I'm gone." So, man, but I don't know. I love Dave. Like, yeah, he's a dick and he's full of himself, and I don't know. I think mainstream metal would be a lot less interesting without Dave Mustaine in it. So that shit doesn't bother me. Yeah, I again lukewarm take. I don't know, 6.5, 7 out of 10. I think it's fun. I think it flies by. I think the bonus track of "Ride the Lightning" is hilarious, and I almost wish he would just do a whole album of all the Metallica songs that he had songwriting credits on, just because it'd be so like petty and people would be so mad about it. I think it'd be funny. But yeah, Megadeth, the final album, it's not embarrassing, and in this day and age with a band like this, what more could you ask? Did anyone think this is gonna be Rust in Peace? Yeah, if you think their last good album was Rust in Peace, don't bother. This isn't gonna blow your doors off. But it's pretty okay, I'll say. I'm not mad that I have it. How about that? Yeah, all right, guys. I didn't want to do like some kind of bullshit navel gazing why I wasn't making videos. So I guess if anyone's interested, I can do that, but I doubt anyone is. So I don't know. I'll maybe back. I may not. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'll be back at some point, but I don't know when. So I guess that's it. All right. Sorry how rambling this was. It's been a long time. I get back on that horse. So all I didn't think of a sign off. All right. So until next time, I guess I'll just go with the greatest hits. CM Punk's a piss baby. Later.